What up, everybody? What is going on? We are doing a special 30 minutes of 90 minutes on film. We should just change the title for our 30s.
Yeah, it used to be 30-minute special edition.
Used to be. But then when you think about it, we're never 90 minutes and we're never 30 minutes. We're usually 45, 58.
I like it.
It's like we're shooting for that.
Yeah, and then we're like 120 minutes. Maybe it should just be three guys on film. Now that sounds like a porn.
Oh, wow.
What up, man? So I'm here with my two fellow co-hosts here. It's the three amigos. We got Gabe Lobo.
Hey, what's going on, my man? How you doing?
Chilling like a villain. And of course, we got C.E. Garcia.
Listen, Nagaib.
What is our... We should come up with names like, our what was it referred to as? The...
Usul in the movie?
Yes.
I can't remember the rest of it.
I don't remember either, but we'll figure our own little special names. Guy who golfs.
Yeah.
The collector. That'd be me.
Go
The
for it.
collector. Oh, yeah, the collector. And Wacko.
Yeah. Wacko.
So we're doing a special 30-minute one right here for all of you wonderful fans of ours. So the two of you that are listening, thank you for always tuning in and joining us.
Yeah, man. Rewind.
So we're doing Dune 2.
When you see sand here, imagine water. If you dive in, you can't reach the bottom.
You dive in.
Yes, it's called swimming.
I don't believe you.
In the shadows of Arrakis lie many secrets. But the darkest of them all may remain. The end of House Atreides.
Your father didn't believe in revenge.
What if Paul Atreides were still alive?
All right, guys. First and foremost, what are your thoughts on this? Without getting too far into our categories.
Ooh, I don't know.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Did you guys get the popcorn bucket? If you did, lotion or no lotion?
I did not get that.
Me neither.
bucket.
I saw it, and it just
Was
looks
it there?
weird, dude. It looks
Was it
weird.
there at AMC?
Yeah, it was the one I went to. They had it.
Okay.
Yeah, they just look weird.
All right, real quick. So I'm going to go watch it again in IMAX, Chris.
Yes.
And I know you flip-flop back and forth, like where you go. And if I'm going to watch it in IMAX, what do you think is the best version IMAX theater for me to go to
So
in the area?
we went to the preview night,
Mhm.
and the IMAX in Montclair.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was sitting there with my jacket on because it was kind of cold outside, so I had my hoodie and had my jacket over. And when he's going to ride the sand dune and like show everybody that Stilgar had taught him well,
Yeah.
I thought somebody was like shaking my shoulder. So I was like,
Mhm.
I was looking to the side to see like what the fuck was that. The sound was so massive in that theater that my fucking clothes were vibrating.
Yeah.
So
Are you sure it was your clothes?
yes, full.
Okay.
So I definitely say the Montclair one is the superior
All right.
of the two.
'Cause
I mean-
I did watch it in the Dolby Digital at Victoria Gardens.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's my next one I want to do.
Yeah, man. And it was great with the sound over there.
IMAX. So this movie was shot full IMAX. So
Yep,
it is
yep.
the full screen the whole time.
I want to see the IMAX. I
Mhm.
saw it at the Dolby over here at
Mhm.
Universal, or I'm sorry, Burbank.
Dude,
The
it's
uni-
crazy.
So
The Universal
yeah, it sounded
IMAX, so isn't it like a
fantastic.
fully immersive like IMAX at that one?
yes, that's actually that one's that. Remember we were talking about the with the Russian explaining about which one's the actual true IMAX, and that one here in California is considered the I mean they're all IMAX, but this one's I guess
yeah,
the
it's full
actual
70 millimeter.
extra
Like the one
2.5
in
feet.
Ontario Mills, not
True,
AMC.
what it is.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
Regal.
The Regal, the Edwards. Yeah, that is before it was Edwards and Regal. It was an like IMAX. That was strictly IMAX only. They only showed IMAX, like, underwater footage, sea creatures. Like that was full IMAX. And that was the only one in California at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, huh? All right, so you guys loved it, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
I think everybody texted as we watched it. Dude, I'm still speechless.
Yeah.
Yes. Me too.
Yeah. I really digged it. I was impressed. I think the pacing was quite well with this one as well too.
Dude,
I mean, like,
it's a lot of movie to fit into 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Yeah.
and they still ain't done yet.
Dude, but for them
At least
to like
one more.
for it to be so rich, like nothing looked like it was new. Everything looked like it was lived in. Everything looked tangible. It looked like it had history, which is fucking wild. It was so good. So good, man.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it, man. Directors and writers.
Yeah. The golden child, Denis Villeneuve. Is that how you pronounce it, Gabe?
Villeneuve, I think is how you say it.
I think the last E is silent.
Is it Vil or V?
It might be Denis Villeneuve.
V.
Or is it Denis Villeneuve?
Denis Villeneuve.
Denis
That's how you
Villeneuve.
pronounce it. Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
Chris, it's
director.
Denis Villeneuve is how you say it.
Okay.
Right on. Thank you.
That way you
Thank
can
you.
take some sort of mixture
Right
of
on,
it
right
and
on.
figure out how to put it together.
Thank you for clarification on that.
All right. Oh, so awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So Denis how was it, Gabe? Denis.
Villeneuve.
Okay, perfect.
Mhm.
And then you got your man John Spates, who wrote it. So he teamed up with our favorite writer for the first one, Eric Roth, who did Killers of the Flower Moon. What do we say? Benjamin Buttons, Forrest Gump. But so John Spates and Denis did the writing this time together solely, those two guys.
Yeah.
I think Spates has finally been able to redeem himself after all those years of, I mean, at least in my eyes, he wrote Prometheus, he wrote Passengers, he wrote The Mummy. So I think he's finally been able to redeem himself after about 10, 15 years writing sci-fi.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
for sure.
estimated budget, guys.
So estimated budget and gross, let me see. Wow, dude, 190 million.
That's a big boy project right there, man.
Dude,
Damn.
that is a lot of money. And that's only the second one. That's not including the first one.
No.
So to date, opening weekend was 82.5 million. So
Yeah.
pretty good haul.
Mhm.
And then according to Variety, as of March 3rd, 2024, the worldwide gross is 178 million. So they've almost
Ooh.
broken even.
Okay.
I mean, it's still early, right? So
So it's still
One
early.
weekend.
And then this film, 45-day release. So it will be in theaters guaranteed for 45 days.
That's pretty crazy. So they're there. They're it's
Yeah, if they don't
gonna be on the other
greenlight.
side. Yeah.
I was actually expecting it to be greenlit by Monday morning.
Mhm.
Dune Messiah.
Yeah.
I honestly, do you guys know anything about Dune?
are you as far as the original, or are you talking about the books in general?
Just the lore, like the folklore, like the original books.
Somewhat, yes.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
dive too deep into Dune Messiah because there's a lot of cool little tidbits that if you watch the film, you're going to be really surprised that happened. So
Okay.
I would tread lightly.
All right. Now let's really get into this, guys.
Okay,
Best part of the movie.
Oh man.
only
It's
one.
hard. Oh no. I cannot say only one.
I picked one exactly.
Yes.
I picked one specific moment.
Okay. I
All right.
have to go with because I've got 5 of them.
Fuck,
Jeez.
a bit long. It's 30 minutes on
Yes, I know.
on Dune.
Yes.
So I've got to go. Probably my number one thing is the worm ride. Like when he
Oh, okay.
goes and he
Uh,
makes that first worm ride and he goes to stand up and almost slips.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, he just stands up and, and that it's the biggest worm that they've ever seen. And that, so it makes me wonder, because they have to, what do they have to do? They have to tone the thumper, right? In order to make it like call the worms to a certain way.
Yeah, they have to
Was
tune it.
Yeah, they have to tune it.
Yeah.
So did they tune it on purpose for the biggest
No,
worm, or was that an accident?
I think they were just
it
trying
was
to get.
just luck.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get the attention of of just a
Mhm.
worm to come, and that's why he was like not that big.
Yeah,
Like when it was coming over the horizon.
almost like they
Yeah.
thought it was a sandstorm that was coming first, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Holy shit, that's a big ass worm."
Yeah, it just
So-
lends more to the idea that he is the one.
He's
Yes.
the chosen one.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about you, Chris?
I thought he was gonna do all 5.
Oh.
You
No, I'll
you
come
want me to
back.
do all 5?
I'll come back to another one.
So my favorite part is after Paul drinks the water of life,
hmm
and then at that, he wakes up and he knows he's the shit all of a sudden, right?
Mhm.
That
Does he, though?
slow motion moment when he's walking towards the temple,
hmm
and you see the worm
yeah.
like kind of going over the whole horizon of the shot, and it's like going back in, but he's like walking all slow motion. He's got the hood pulled over, like
Yeah.
that's that significant like change in the character. You're like, now he knows, like, okay, like now he's self-aware.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I would say one of my favorite scenes, which is probably not as crazy, is once he walks into the what would it be, the temple or the
Yeah, the little the it's like I was looking online to see what it was called.
I don't know what was
It's
called,
like the
but,
war
I mean,
temple or something like that.
something like that. But you just see the massive of all the people,
sea of
which is-
people.
the
Yeah.
sea of people, which is great how they did that, and just his speech, just his presence, that
Dude.
whole thing. It was just like, I like that. I really felt you could feel it, and you could just see the change in him. It was
Mhm.
good delivery, good delivery.
Yeah,
on that one.
absolutely. I got a couple of the other ones. The fight scene, of course, at the end of the knife fight. Man,
Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
sat up in my seat and like I just could not take my eyes off the screen. And then how he draws him in and he lets him stab him in order to put himself into the right position.
Yeah.
The same way that he went with what's his name? Gurney.
Uh-huh.
When he was teaching him like how to do it, he used that same technique. And like, I think that's one of the things I really liked is, the references back to the first movie,
Yeah.
kind of coming back in the second movie, bringing those and tying those two together. But that fight scene is going to go down in time as one of the most epic fight scenes that ever happened.
Yeah, it was cool.
I think you also have to go with some of the other really cool shit. It might tap into a couple of the items that you guys might have, but is the black and white scenes when they're
Mhm.
off planet. And then when he tells the Reverend Mother, like, silence, like that, and shuts her up. I was like, oh shit, this
She was
dude
like,
is
damn, we
about
fucked
it.
up.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
fucked
she
up.
was. That's the look on her face was that, okay, I have one more, sorry. But
Ladies
after
and
the
gentlemen,
fight scene,
This
I
is
know.
now just his podcast.
Dude, I
Yeah.
could talk about this movie. Wait till we get to some other stuff. But after the fight scene, when everybody bows to him and
Yeah.
the two
Mhm.
girls are left and they're
Oh,
looking
dude.
at each other.
Oh, they're just
my
staring
God,
at each
staring
other.
at each other. Yeah.
Yes.
So
I was
fucked
trying to
up, man.
decide between that one and the worm ride as like my number one. So it's like number
Yeah.
one, number 1A. But when they're both like looking at him and he looks at both of them and he's like, he knows he has to make a decision. Whoo, boy. Man.
Well, I think you should have picked the fight scene
Mhm.
because the audience can't see us because Gabe has completely shaved all of the hair off of his face and he's come in stark
Yes.
white, just like
Absolutely.
what's his name,
Austin
Fayed
Butler.
Rotha.
Yeah, Fayed. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Fayed, just like Fayed. Yep. Oh, and I take the knife and I, pierce it against my tongue.
And
I'm more than
licked it.
happy to like kiss my uncle. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, you might as well just go all the way in, I guess.
It's like he licked the knife. He's like, fuck, wrong
Mhm.
side.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. It's like now he's got two tongues.
Uh-oh.
All right. Was that all your best parts? That was
Man, yeah,
that's-
there's definitely more, but those are the best, right?
okay. Yeah.
And like me, I just like that moment that he's walking away from the sandworm. I mean, I know Wacko's seen Akira. Gabe, have you
Mhm.
seen Akira?
No.
The animated
uh-uh.
film?
No.
Yeah.
So it's like one of like one of the
It's-
best Japanese animated
Yeah.
films ever.
It probably was the one that really like set the course for America to be.
Like, what is this?
What is this? And all of a
Yeah.
sudden, everybody was into animation.
Yeah.
Japanese
animated.
Okay.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So there's a character in that film called, his name's Tetsuo, and he's basically like this. He kind of loses his mind, but he becomes like a super powerful person in the film. And it's towards the end of the film, like he realizes, like, oh yes, I am this person, and that's what that moment reminded me of when he's walking towards the temple. I was like, fuck, that's his Tetsuo moment right there.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's a good
Like same
made it to-
hairstyle and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, that's crazy. No. All right, guys. I don't know if you guys have anything for this one, but ask anyone involved with the production. What the fuck? How the fuck? And why the fuck?
I do got one.
Go for it.
Oh wait,
Chris. Oh.
Go.
Let me guess. So,
What were you gonna say?
is it pertaining to an actress?
No, it's not.
Okay,
But is that yours?
no, go.
But I want to hear what did you think it was?
No, go. You're first.
How the fuck do they get on and off the sandworms?
I feel like they might stop.
They
Like,
never.
it's like-
no,
it's like an
that thing
Uber?
doesn't stop though, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't
It's
it
like-
just keep going?
It's like an Uber. Like they're like, sandworms here. Everybody get on. Jump on. It's taking off.
They
Because
got to
like,
run with the basket.
with his mom and the
with his
fucking
mom in it, yeah.
Right?
Like all
Exactly.
those people.
How does she get on? Yeah.
They're like,
Mm.
fuck all those people. Like, we lost some. We have to come back around and get them, pick them up again.
Damn, Chris, you just ruined that for me.
Because that's why, like,
now we're gonna watch it. Be like, why? How?
and like the
Yeah.
scene that I like, and he's walking away from the sandworm, and you kind of see it like departing. And I was like, fuck, he must have just jumped off. But I was like, how does everybody else get on and get off? You know, like,
yeah, because
like-
those things don't stop, right?
and they're fucking
just-
massive.
Yeah, like, all right, that's a good one. I didn't even think about it till just when he said, I'm like, oh
Like,
yeah,
how do they get on?
How do they get off that damn
Forgot
thing?
about that part.
Yeah.
Oh man, what about you, Gabe?
Let's see. I've got a couple of them, but
Jesus Christ.
so I really want to know what happened with the human computers. Like I've done some of the research, and they've cut those characters out.
Huh.
In this movie. So why? What happened with that? So, but like it's really like Hans Zimmer and his team. Like where did they get this inspiration? Like how did they put this together? So it's more like how the fuck was like did they find this inspiration to put this music together?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Well, he
know?
did
And-
say that after the first one, he didn't stop writing. Like they told him, like, okay, you're good. He's like, no, I'm gonna keep going.
he kept
So he-
going. Okay,
Because he
Yeah.
wanted the score to be organic, like to have it evolve into something else. So he wrote a portion of it and then goes back and writes the rest. And he continued to write because he said there's no way they're not going to greenlight a Dune Messiah.
Okay. All right. And I do have to say though, my personal, what the fuck, like at the end of the movie, dude, I was not ready to get up. The credits were rolling. Like
what?
Yeah.
It's over?
I was just like, oh my gosh, I was blown away. And I'm sitting there with my wife and, and it was like that sort of excitement. Then we got in the car and she and I talked from, we have like a 30-minute ride from the movie theater back to the house.
Yeah.
For the entire 30 minutes. Like we called our son on the phone. I mean, like it was crazy. Like
Dang.
just spending 30 minutes just talking
You
about
called
the
your
movie.
son and you're all, listen to Gaib.
Yeah, exactly. So, we talked to him for a few minutes and his excitement because he saw it on like Thursday before the weekend. And,
Oh, shit.
all of that stuff. So it was just, man, we were into it.
Dope.
Mm,
Wacko.
Well, I don't really have too much of a what the fuck, why the fuck, but I do have. I wonder how the fuck. I mean, these guys are out in the sand and everything, and
Oh, God.
certain areas probably collect a little bit more sand, and when they're doing the hanky panky, do you
Oh,
think
man.
Okay.
and then like if they're trying to get all into it and they're probably like kissing each other's necks, it's like.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, how the fuck, like all that gets down and dirty there.
And I would be dead on Arrakis because I hate going to the beach. I fucking hate sand. Like Sam, like I would get there, and be like, just kill me. Like I
All
can't
right,
get stationed
Anakin.
Yeah, man.
here. Yeah, for real.
Okay, Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much because I didn't really have anything else. So I was just probably so stuck and lost into it. But I did not think about the worms. Like,
Dude,
how
yeah.
did they get on it?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like, get off. Like, it's
The other one too is it's like, what the fuck happened to the Sardaukar? Like in the first movie, they're like dangerous. Like they wipe out like that whole race of people like
right.
in an instant. And this one, they get fucking mopped the fuck up, dude. Like they were not as menacing as they were in part one.
Oscar predictions. Who do you think gets it out of this film, guys?
Man, I'm predicting for next year. I'm thinking. I think Denny's gonna get it, dude. Like that.
Best
I've walked out of
director?
that fucking movie. I was like, this is fucking Best Picture.
Yeah, I got
Like,
that.
I thought that shit was
Yeah.
better than fucking Lord of the Rings, dude. And like that shit was
Yes.
nominated, you know?
Yes. I've got it down
Yeah.
for best picture, best director,
Yeah,
best cinematography,
dude.
best sound,
Yeah,
best
Greg
score.
Fraser fucking
Score.
killed
Man, oh,
it. Yeah,
whew.
Yeah.
that movie was good, dude.
Yeah, bro.
I think we're on the same boat on that one.
Yeah.
Weakest link in the film.
All right, so hear me out, guys.
Wait, are you guys probably going to pick the same person?
I don't know. I don't think
don't
so
know.
because I think who I'm picking like a fan favorite.
Okay. If it's
So-
Timothée Chalamet,
No,
I'll
no,
be
no.
upset.
No. So hear me out.
Okay.
Okay.
Austin Butler's performance is so
Ooh.
good
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
that I think he reduced Dave Bautista's portrayal as Rabin to like almost nothing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like Fayed Rotha is such a good villain, dude, that he just reduced Dave Bautista to like second fiddle, man. Like,
Yes.
and like I'm watching it, like, dude, you cannot. So Austin Butler, I'm not saying that Austin Butler's bringing his A game, right? Because he probably is. He's pretty good,
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
when you got a guy that is doing it like that,
Mhm.
and all you're doing is screaming the whole movie,
Yes, exactly.
like to get your point across, like, dude, he just like he reduced him to like his presence was just not there for me. So I thought he was pretty weak. I know he's supposed to be weak.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be kind of cowardly, like he runs away.
I thought it was kind of a little bit maybe too annoying.
Yeah, because I was
don't
like,
know.
they're like, hey, just be Drax.
No, they're like, hey, be your WWE character.
That's
Oh,
what
is
I
that
saw.
how he is? Is that how he was?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's what I saw. I saw more of that whole wrestler character
Yes,
popping
yeah.
out, and a little pinch of Drax in there. And stuff.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
but yeah. I thought that was
I went with the same guy.
Yeah.
Chris. I had the same thing, and I just felt like there was difficulty with him like trying to find his space in the
Yeah.
story, like in this part of the movie.
Yeah.
He needed to be a
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
it, but like and then the other thing too was like the actors that were there. I mean, don't get me wrong, David Bautista is not a horrible actor, but he's a WWE guy. And when you
Yeah.
have people like Walken and Chalamet and Brolin,
Oh,
and
he was
Butler I mean,
he was overshadowed.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then at the end you bring what's her name? Anya
Anya
Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
It's just like it's Emmy
Dude.
nominated, it's Oscar nominated, it's Oscar winners, it's Golden Globe winners. I mean, and then you have like David Bautista.
Dude, I know.
You-
And that's what's fucking funny that you bring up Anya Taylor-Joy. Like, she doesn't even say anything.
no,
She just looks at the
no.
screen.
that's it.
And I was like,
Mhm.
damn, she fucking stepped all over you, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, she didn't even say anything. Everything she
Without
says is
saying
all
a
voiceover.
word.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Mhm.
crazy. That's
I mean,
crazy.
like Bautista was good in Blade Runner 2049, and like that's really the time that I noticed him. I'm like, wow, he did really good. It was
Mhm.
kind of an emotional character for him only being in the movie like 3 minutes. But yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's to me, I think he just fills in the that action hero or action star
We needed somebody
you
to be kind of like loud and violent.
or just big and strong.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh
more
wait,
that.
or big and vulnerable. Have you guys seen what was the one with the cabin?
Oh yeah, he was good in that.
He was.
Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, Knock
Yeah,
at the
'cause-
Cabin.
Knock at the Cabin. I thought that one there. To me, I think that was probably one of his best roles.
I
just for
agree.
his delivery. You looked at him as like, holy crap, it's this big guy. But then he was just a compassionate person. His story, and I thought he was good in that one. So
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree.
yeah. All right. Well, I think we're all on the same page with that guy. Top 3 performers.
I think we probably all have a bunch of different ones.
You think so?
What you got, Gabe? Go, Gabe.
Let's see. I've got Zendaya, Austin Butler, and Timothée Chalamet.
Okay. Wacko.
Okay. I actually got the same thing, but I was stuck between Javier slipping in there, but over Zendaya, because I mean she did cool and everything like that, though. But I just feel as though I think she could have been replaceable too at the same time.
Man, okay. Because I have her highlighted as like kind of more my key person. Who'd you have, Chris?
I went, dude.
Yeah.
Javier Bardem fucking steals the show for me.
Yeah, I know you like that. You were posting that all over social media.
Dude, yeah, he fucking killed. Like, I mean, that motherfucker. Like, even if you didn't believe, I fucking believe that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would have been part of the tribe and like, I don't know, guys. He's pretty fucking adamant about believing he's the guy. I was like, he's fucking convincing me, so maybe I'm gonna go with him. Yeah, so he's my number 1. Austin Butler, number 2. I kind of was. I had my what you call it, reservations about him, but once he got rolling, I was like, damn, this guy's fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said Zendaya because I believed at the very end that she was heartbroken.
Yes.
So that's what kind of made me choose her. I was like, damn, she real. If I was Tom Holland, I'd be like, hey, babe, are you really into that guy?
But you know what I saw in that face, in that specific that scene, her demeanor, and just I saw Euphoria.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen Euphoria.
Yeah, have you seen it?
I've seen like the first season.
Yeah, that's where I saw what was her character's name? I can't think of it on the top of my head, but yeah, just that scene there, I saw her right there, and I was just like, oh, so she kind of dug into that.
Which is funny that you say that because my youngest daughter was into Disney Channel when she was on Disney Channel, and the show she was on was called Shake It Up.
Yeah.
All I saw was like the little girl from Shake It Up. I was like, dang, I can't believe that's the same kid.
Yeah, she's been around for a while.
I mean, she's a dancer, and I thought that fighting scene
Singer.
she did really good. Like, I was like, damn, that's her. Because she does like that, like that spin kick, and just like stands right up. I was like, damn, girl, she fucking had it down.
But which character most likely to have a Twitter account?
Stilgar.
Really?
Dude, you know that guy's like throwing tweets like Lisa Nagai, he was here. You know, all kinds of like conspiracy shit.
Yeah.
Like he'd be sending that out. Dude, he's fanatical, man.
I went with Jessica for the same reason. Like she's got to promote that.
She's got to
the chosen one is
right.
here. Yeah, the chosen one's here. She's got to throw it out there. Get into the social media world.
That's true. That's true.
Is that shit trending? Yes or no? The chosen one is here. Trending? Yes or no? So.
Yeah, like you can see that girl running in. She's like, "It's trending, my lord. It's trending."
And then Wacko's gonna see. He's like, "Oh, that's gonna fuck up my algorithm, man. I can't be looking at that shit.
Damn it!"
Like he's like, "Oh, Lisa Nagai, not interested."
Yeah.
No, sorry. I want to go with Chris.
There you
Or you'd
go.
be like the sandworm.
Yeah.
The sandworm. Independent thoughts on the film, guys. Your personal ranking.
Yes.
Go ahead, lay it out, man. What do you guys feel?
It's got to be under, under 250
All
words,
right,
bro.
Yeah.
So I'm.
And our rankings, what? Are we still sticking with the 5?
Oh, dude, you can. I mean, that shit was. Yes, you can.
You like to change it a lot, so
stick with the 5.
just asking.
Okay, so ranking for this one is a 5 for me. I think this is the first one I've given a 5. So I'm not a sci-fi guy. Like I love Star Wars and stuff like that, but I'm not necessarily a sci-fi guy. But if you put Dune 1 and Dune 2 together for me, those 2 movies combined have now become my number 1. They are above Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for me, which was my number 1 movie. And so I know for myself, it was kind of like, it was a little bit of a bold statement, but when we walked away, I told my wife, I was like, I fucking love those movies together. And I watched Dune 1, I want to say, knowing Dune 2 was coming, I think I watched it 4 times on Max leading up to it and wanting to see it again. And then I was just so excited about Dune 2 and it did not let me down. So
I'm glad, dude. I'm glad
man.
it did what it did.
Yeah. So Dune 1 was like a 4.5 for me. And then this is like a 5.
Nice.
And I think
Wow.
once Messiah comes out, you might be talking about the best trilogy ever made. I'm laying that out there kind of early, but
that's cool.
that's a
No, I
possibility.
agree, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some good things that are going to come. Hopefully, if he does part 3 the way he did 1 and 2, yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that you're correct.
It has it has potential to be probably one of the best trilogies for sure. Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Chris?
I gave it a 4.5. And that's for those reasons, like, although the pacing is fabulous, I do think it was a lot of movie to put into one film. I would love for them to have either made it 2 movies or pushed it to like a little bit over 3. Because he has said there's numerous deleted scenes, but we will never see them because if he doesn't put them in the film, they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be kind of curious to see what else what we're missing. Just 4.5 because a lot of information into one movie. I thought Bautista was kind of weak. And I did feel maybe they sped through the second half just a little bit quickly. But it was fucking great, man. I mean, 4.5, that's up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 4.5 as well. I would agree with Chris as far as like they could have split it up. I think I would have liked to see a lot more of that final sequence,
like the battle and stuff,
the action, the battle, get more in depth of that. Maybe that could have been like, rolled over to another part of the film, because I think this one here was that whole journey of just making his way in, earning the respect, learning the ways, and then obviously a little bit getting into the Jessica just kind of manipulating. And,
need a little bit more time. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Although I'd be down with the fucking supercut of part 1 and 2.
Yes, that'd be cool.
That's a lot of Dune.
So I have a question for you guys.
It's a lot of Dune.
Yeah, it is. Like you guys are talking about, do you think it would still hold, like you take Dune 2 and you do split it up into 2 movies. Now you're waiting another 2 years to get the second half of the movie. Do you still get that same impact? Like people are still wanting that?
I mean, I think what helped it this time was that it was supposed to come out in November, and then the writer's strike delayed it until March.
Okay.
So I think that benefited it. If you were going to split it into 2 movies, I think you would have to have been, okay, part 1 is in November, part 2 is in like July or August or something to kind of keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, you're running the risk of that shit, like, not working. Because if you watch Blade Runner 2049, people hated it. It went over a lot of people's heads, but it's the same fucking guy making a great movie. It just wasn't easily accessible. And then the same thing with Dune 1. I mean, it hit, but it did not hit like this.
Yeah.
It's like those people need to go back and rewatch his other films because it's the same guy. Like, he hasn't changed his style. He hasn't updated anything. Like, it's the same guy. You guys just weren't aware back then.
I think it's funny you guys talk about this because one of the board operators here, we have a group text, and she was all like bored because she was watching Dune, the first one, and she's like, "This is so slow. This is boring." And we were telling her that, hey, you have to watch this if you're gonna go see Dune 2, because she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go see it. I go, you're
not gonna know what the fuck's going on.
You're gonna be lost in the second one. Yeah, I'm saying this because there's just certain people of the norms,
the normies
out there that don't kind of understand the concept of film.
Yeah,
and they're wanting to be fed quickly, and they don't understand how to ride a pace of a film when you need to ride a pace. It's they just all want to get fucked instead of making love
or teased. If you're going to use that analogy, because this, I mean,
oh yeah, you got to have the
and a lot of times we do forget that film is a visual medium. Like, they started with silent films, like no dialogue. So it's like,
oh yeah,
and and Denis believes in telling a story with visuals, and then the dialogue is added. So if you watch this movie, that's why it wasn't a big deal that 80% of the film is not in English. Yeah, and you don't really even catch that. Because you're sitting there like, oh my God, like even if you turn the fucking dialogue off, like I know what's going on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kind of like Godzilla Minus One.
Yeah, dude, like that's like.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy. That's good. Good to hear, man. That was a great movie.
we talked about it.
I didn't know.
We
man.
talked about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
did we? Fuck.
Wow.
I don't know, bro. We're like we're on the 77th day or something like that of the year, and I've watched like 82 movies.
Oh, well. Must be nice.
I know we're getting to the end of this podcast, but I wanted to ask you guys one last question.
Sure.
Chris, I know you know a little bit more probably about the Dune history and the books and some of those types of things. Are you okay with the liberties that were taken in the movie, like the sister not being born in this part, and she was the one who's killed the Baron and some of those things, and like the time frame? I think the book number 2 is like 12 years into the future.
So I think the second one is 6, and the next one is 12.
Mm-hmm. So are you okay with it?
Yes, because I'm not like married to the original books. Like I haven't read them. Like, so I used to work with this one friend of mine, and he was like, because we're a bunch of movie nerds and sci-fi nerds, and he's like, "Have you ever read Dune?" I'm like, "No, man, I've never really been into it." He's like, "That is the greatest fucking science fiction book ever written." I'm like, "Wow." And he was like super passionate about it. Mm-hmm. So there are people like that have known about this for a long time, and like this is it, so I don't know if those people are upset with the liberties. I'm not, because like I said, I'm not 100% married to it. And I do understand like you have to sacrifice some things to tell a good story.
Sure.
And not all good books make good movies, and not all good movies make good books.
True. And I think too, those people that are really into something, when it's a novel or it's a book or whatever, they're never satisfied when it's a film.
Nah. Mm-hmm. Yes, we're not.
Yeah. Never, ever satisfied.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that answers your question, Gabe.
There we go. I like it.
Purist.
Cool.
All right. Overall, man, I think that was a great film. I'm going to see it in IMAX for sure. I definitely want to scope that out, get a better feel.
It's funny, because now I'm going to see it in Dolby.
Oh, yeah, there you go. It's like we're swapping.
But this weekend is the Oscars,
yes.
everybody.
Yes.
Looking forward to it.
Are we all going to zoom in and watch it together, eating our popcorns in our pajamas?
No, because I don't do that.
Just to let you...
You don't eat popcorn?
You don't eat popcorn?
Dude, not anymore, man. AMC has fucked it up
really?
for me. Yeah, shout out to AMC. Your fucking popcorn sucks.
Bro, I went all in on the popcorn at AMC this weekend.
Oh, you're like...
Hey.
Yep, I was chewing down.
Is it because, Chris... All right, I've had popcorn the times I've gone to the theater. One, it seems like it's like...
Burned?
I haven't had the burn. I had more of it's like very dry.
Yeah, it's like old oil, or like the shit's been sitting there.
Yeah, and then it's like more, I don't know, like chewy. When something's kind of stale-ish a little bit. I think
like the stuff that's at the bottom of the bag when you buy like the pre-made ones.
Yes,
that's AMC.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. I'm taking my own popcorn in. I'm gonna say, hey, you guys got a microwave?
Yeah. Like, can you do this bag I just brought?
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well. Don't forget to follow us on all our media platforms. 90 Minutes on Film, 90 the number, MINS on films. Make sure you follow these guys as well. Please. And let us know your thoughts on Dune 2.
Lisa Nagaib.
Next one.
Later.
All right.